Okay, today I'm going to be ranking all the different DS and 3DS consoles on a tier list. Because I've been thinking about doing this for a while, and I thought, why not today? So, I'm just going to get straight into it. So, I'm going to start off original DS, which will probably be, hopefully, some of yours first DS. And first of all, looks. Definitely 2000s. And it definitely looks like a clam. But I kind of like it. It's like trying to be futuristic but in the 2000s, and now it just looks outdated. But it's kind of cool in that way. The screens, however, are not. Speakers are still good though, but the screen, they tried to do a Game Boy thing, like they tried to do what the Game Boy Advance SP did, where it's a backlit, a frontlit, like backlit thing, and it didn't really work. Like there is a backlight, but you can also have it frontlit. Like if I hit the button to turn off the brightness, like it's gone, and then you can do the whole front light bit, but it just doesn't look that good, and it looks better as this. But overall, it's actually quite comfortable to hold. And I don't mind it actually, like the triggers are actually quite nice. They're big enough. It's just the screen. The screen's just not that good, and I'm fearful for this thing breaking because these things break so often. But I'm glad I got mine in like pretty good condition, so hopefully it doesn't break anytime soon. So on the tier list, where is it? Here it is. I might put it at B. It's just the screen. It's a good beginner DS because it was the first. But yeah, B tier for that one. And next up, the DS Lite. Now this is peak gaming. This time a switch instead of a button, which I don't prefer as much as the Switch. I feel like the Switch is just more immediate and you can just get into it. But the Switch is fine. Sometimes you mishit it and it will like start to open and that, but anyways. The best thing about this, the brightness levels are actually quite nice and you can do quite a bit with them. And I forgot to mention this with the other one, Game Boy Advance port, but I prefer this because I can actually cover it up so it doesn't get dust in it, whereas with this one, anything could get in there. And that kind of scares me a little bit. But this, they knew what they were doing. This pioneered everything after it. Whoever did this design, good job. But yeah, it's basically same UI as the other one. But the screens are just nicer, and it has a nicer hold to it. And the speakers are just as loud, and also the volume being on the bottom. It's the same with this one. I prefer it like just on the side. I know you hit it more, but it's like I'm just used to it. But this one's still really nice. So honestly, I'm glad I have this one. And on the tier list, I'm putting this at an S. It was the perfect revision for a DS console. But now we're getting onto spice, because the DSi. Now, this was my first DS growing up. This is my actual one. My other actual one is dead. But I got a new one of it. And it's same color too. And back to the button. And this was my childhood. Just being able to have like the camera, which was horrendous, the sound, which was fun, shop that I never used, Download Play that I never used. The PictoChat that I rarely used, but did it every so often just to have fun. Web browser, never used it. And Flipnote. Flipnote, best thing ever that I can even think about. And just having this one, all the OGs know, that is immensely peak. And actually being able to just go home on this instead of having to turn it off every single time, it's just so much nicer. And thinner. This console is thinner than the other one because there is no Game Boy Advance slot, which a lot of people were mad about. Understandable. But I never played Game Boy Advance games. I never had a Game Boy. So this was my first dive into the DS family. And honestly, it's a really good DS. Like, there's so much you can do with it. The screen is just fractionally bigger than the DS Lite. But it just looks so nice. And it looks so sleek. It's like the business DS. And in all respect, it was. Because the Japan McDonald's used these, which I think is hilarious. But to the tier list. So, DSi, where is it? Here. I'm putting this in S purely for nostalgia and just all the cool features. And I just think it's awesome. Now for this next one, the DSi XL. I don't actually have one. I still need to get one to finish off my DS collection, because my 3DS collection is complete. But just going off purely from the DSi, I'll put it in A. I'm still yet to use one, but I'm thinking it's just going to be as good. It will probably be just like the 3DS XL, but just in the DSi format, which I think will be really cool. But I'm yet to use it. Also, I just realized this one was the DSi, the DS Lite, and this one was the DSi. Oopsies. But anyways, that's going there. And now, time for the 3DS family. Now, I got this recently in incredible condition. And in all honesty, the original 3DS, I can see why it underperformed. I mean, it looked very nice. Like, it looks really good. I can see why it underperformed. Because it really was just a better DS. And I've always noticed the screen never got as bright. And the 3D was never as good. Like, it didn't live up to expectations. And also, I don't like how you can't just click it in, like with the 3DS XL model. But honestly, I think this one, I have too much love for the 3DS XL. Because this one is just too small. Like, I feel like I'm like ripping up my palm with like the edges because they're different heights, and I really don't like that. And the introduction of the joystick, thin joystick, was actually quite cool. But in my eyes, I just couldn't. I can understand why no one rushed out to buy this one, and why the whole 3DS line underperformed. But the modding community loves it. I love it. I'm part of that. But in my eyes, this 3DS, I can't justify it as much because they're so much better going forward. And it's just a juiced up DSi. But the games on it were much cooler. Because there were some pretty good 3DS exclusives, like New Super Mario Bros., Tomodachi Life, which I love. But I just thought the 3D on the older ones was just really bad. Like, if I do this and just move it, it's like trying to catch up and it doesn't look as good. Whereas if I turn it off, it looks fine. So, in respect to the tier list, with the original, I'm going to have to put it in a C. I know people are going to have nostalgia about it, which is perfectly fine. It's just, I could not justify buying one for myself when there's other better options. But if it's all you can get, it's perfectly fine. And going back now, the 3DS XL. So I didn't get this one till much later. This was like my third 3DS. No, my second 3DS. We'll get up to my first one soon. The DSi was my first DS. This was my second 3DS. And honestly, this is a much better hold and like just feel and all. Like, I can actually grip up. Like, my hands are a bit bigger than others, but this one, it's just nicer. And also, the 3D slider has an actual click, so you're not bumping it and you're just turning it on, which the 3D looks a bit better because it's a bigger screen, but it was definitely done better on the later consoles. And the modding, I prefer the new 3DS modding because it's more streamlined, whereas this one you have to go back and forth with your PC more often. But it's just slower. Since it's older hardware, it's just slower. But I really do have some nostalgia with this. So I don't know if I'm gonna be as nostalgic towards it as the DSi. I don't think I will be. But I think for my first 3DS, I will be. But this was good. This was good. I much preferred the clicky buttons instead of on the original, like the mesh. I didn't like it. It made it harder to like press the buttons, whereas this one it's quite easy and I prefer it much more. But this one is good. I would recommend this 3DS. So going to the tier list, the 3DS XL, I will put this at A tier. Because it's perfect for modding. It's a much better size than the normal 3DS. You can see more. But the whole thing is just hardware limitations. It's just a bit slower. That is all. And now, going back, the doorstop, the 2DS. And honestly, this one, I don't have much love for it. I have modded this one. This was the first one I modded. But yeah, I feel like the later models were much better. But in all honesty, the actual hold, it's quite comfortable. Like, don't knock it till you try it, but it's actually really, really comfortable to hold. And like, it's in like the perfect spot. And like, this is like perfect spot as well. And it's all just in a good spot. And the switch to put it to sleep mode, I also thought was interesting. But honestly, this is a good handheld, especially for younger children, which was what they marketed it for. And since it doesn't have the 3D gig, it was much cheaper. But in all honesty, this one is kind of the same ballpark as the original 3DS. Like, it's still good. The hand feel is nice. It's just, there's better options. So going to the tier list, I'm gonna have to put this in D tier. Because it's good, but there's better potential. And now we're getting to my very first 3DS. the new 3DS. Now this is what I had with the take-offable stuff. Well, it's so you could put like different ones on. I couldn't remember what it was called for a second. But this one was my first one. I've lost the thing, so I had to 3D print a new one. Same with the original DS, but this one, I have nostalgia for this one because I remember getting this for Christmas. Same with the DSi, but I remember getting this one for Christmas and loving it. Now this one has been modded before. I've recently taken the mod off it, so it's now back to factory because I've modded other 3DSs. But with this one, I remember getting the Lego The Hobbit video game with it, which I still have, which I can show. I still have the box for it, but sadly I can no longer play this game on this one because one of the pins in here has bent. And now if I try and plug it in, it has a horrible crunching sound and it will not play games, which I think is very sad. And I would love to get the cartridge reader fixed because I really do want to use this again because this is actually a very nice 3DS to use. I prefer this one much more because rounded corners, it's a lot more comfortable to hold, and also the 3D is a lot better because it actually has face tracking. If I actually I can do this with that little thing. It's a infrared reader, and you can see it's actually on right now, so it's trying to find a face, and if I look at it, it will stabilize and track my face, which I think is pretty neat. But same again, this has the click so it can turn off, which I prefer, and also having the volume knob up here. Now that I really do like, because it's just nice to be able to just do that instead of having to like do that or go along the bottom with the other DSs. But yeah, this one's good, and I remember just doing this all the time while I was waiting for stuff to load. And talking about loading, this is perfect for homebrew, emulation, all of that. Because with the, well, new title it has more memory and a better CPU, so it can run the internet better, it can run games better and quicker, and it can download them quicker, which I think is very helpful. And going to the tier list now, I don't know if I will be biased with nostalgia, I might be, but with the new 3DS, I will put it at A, because it's still a incredibly nice handheld in the new 3DS line. But after using other ones of the new 3DS line, I know that there is better. And now coming back, we have the new 3DS XL, which I got recently, and this was the last one I needed to get to finish my 3DS collection, which I'm very happy about. Now, this has a glossy finish, just like the original 3DS, and this one has more of a matte. I do prefer this, but this is nice. And I have the just standard grey one, which I think looks quite good. And, oh, I didn't even touch on the little Lenovo ThinkPad nipple nub. It's okay to use. It's very sensitive. It's not as good as this. It would have been much better if they just had this and did a Wii U situation. So it was just better. But in respect to everything else, it's actually quite good. and I don't have any complaints about it. And this one is also fully modded, so it has all the stuff, including Minecraft, which does use this, which was a exclusive new 3DS game, and the only one that I actually play. But with the modding, this is literally the perfect device to mod, which I hate saying, because in recent years the 3DS market has increased because of the demand for modding and all that, which I think sucks, but there's not much you can really do about it. And just having this, I think this will be my daily driver, but I do have a travel one, which we will get to. And I just want to show you something quickly. I think if you hold start while starting a DS game, it will go back to its original display size. Yep, there we go. Which I think is so funny. But it's kind of cool, in all honesty, and it won't load because I haven't played it yet, because it's modded. But new 3DS XL, this I would highly recommend. This is a good console. And I can see why these ones have become very popular in recent years. I just hit the mic, I am sorry. But it's good, and you can see I was playing Tomodachi Life on this, because it's peak. Now, going to the tier list, new 3DS XL, I will have to put this at A, because it's really good, but there is one more that I think ever so slightly beats it, and that is the final one, which released the same year the Switch did, the original Nintendo Switch, the new 2DS XL, which this one is a Japanese model, which I have modded and converted to a European one. But this I think is the best one, mainly because form factor. It is very light, very comfortable to use, and doesn't have the 3D option, which I never use, in all honesty. But I think this, for just going around, just taking everywhere, I think it's a good going out 3DS. Well, 2DS. And this one, I think I bought this one brand new, because they were selling it for cheap. And when it got here, it was literally perfect. Like, this is like still like really hard to turn. Like, it's not as sensitive as the other one. So someone clearly took good care of this, and it's really been doing me good. So in all honesty, I think this, out of all the 3DSs, I think these two are the perfect ones. These are the golden children of the 3DS family. And of the DS family, it's the DSi and the DS Lite. So, wrapping things up, the new 2DS XL, in my humble opinion, will be getting an S tier rating. So that is the final ranking for my DS and 3DS console tier list. So in S tier, we have the DSi, the DS Lite, and the new 2DS XL. And A tier, we have the DSi XL, which I'm still yet to use. My thoughts and opinions will pretty much change in the future when I eventually get one. The original 3DS XL, which I think is perfect in all respect, but there was better. The new 3DS, it was perfect in all respect as well, but then again, there was better. Then the new 3DS XL, just for me, I think is the perfect option if you want the 3D. If you don't want the 3D, get the 2DS XL. And B tier, we have the original DS. It's still, to me, I never grew up with the original one, so it's purely just from how I've owned it these past year. I think, yeah, it's been about a year. And the 3DS, I think C tier is a appropriate place to put it, because even back in the day, it was too expensive, and they had to drop the price, which is when the that one program started, which I can't remember off the top of my head, which was for people who bought it, and they felt sorry for them. And then D tier, and honestly, I'm gonna put it in trash. The 2DS, the original 2DS, it's not for me. It's not for me. But I guess that's it. That is my look of every single DS and 3DS console, which I will just put in a display thing here so it looks nice before I end this video. So yeah, that is all of them. And I have Street Pass going off. All because I have Tomodachi Life in. But that is all of my DS and 3DS consoles ranked. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It is the new year. Since I've been recording, it is the 10th of January. So Happy New Year to all you guys. And I will hopefully see you guys in another video. I will be doing a follow-up to my Steam Deck video soon, which I have good thoughts on this. Many, many good thoughts on this. So I hope you guys have a good day. Like, comment, subscribe if you would like to. If not, that's perfectly fine. You guys have a good day, and I will see you later.